much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to get on with the action here between Heroic and PVISION. And action we should definitely be getting.
And look at this, PVISION, they want to secure that lane in particular, right? They don't want Schofield to do his little put a sentry to make the lane meet at a weird position, get the cogs down to mess with things. So they're trying to protect their jungle as much as possible here to prevent these type of moves and maybe an early hook, right? So you see PVISION, they will back away. Heroic places a deep early ward, and we are underway.
Yeah, PVISION holding back, but still under the cover of smoke. Still difficult, really, for them to approach and try and make a play into this. So yeah, purely defensive. So making sure they don't get tripped up by Heroic as the lanes do set up.
See, if Heroic wants to stick a third hero just for the start of the lane, since they do have that CM Pudge combo, they could trip them up to potentially go for that quick early first blood.
That's true. Yeah,
there's definitely a
first blood
chance.
Play could be pretty tasty and a very good thing to go for, especially here on the main stage. Now, if you can start to shake up the enemy early, you could start to tilt them a little bit.
Yeah, and look, let's see the positioning. Schofield, he's doing what he does. He's going to immediately run in, put the cogs down, or just body block the wave until the cogs get closer. And that lane positioning, it's going to be, yeah, exactly where they ideally would want it. Let's see if Satanic catches the wave. We do see this combo is up here.
Yeah, let's see. See if Satanic's ready for this. Heroic getting ready just in case Satanic steps out a little too far. They're going to go for the hook. They're going to be able to grab him away from the creep wave. They'll get him caught in the cogs. They'll have to skill the level 1 rage to back up. So no kill to be found, but a decent bit of damage there from that early setup and an early aggressive poke from Heroic, showing that Satanic's got to be on his toes.
And then we do see Ducalis does what we were mentioning, right? What the panel was talking about as well, too. Get that little shredder early so you can either kill the cogs or just be able to harass a hero like Pudge, who's 2 armor, super low arm in this hero. So we'll be able to attempt to counteract these moves.
Now let's see how well he does. Because I feel like even in some of the lanes where you expect Whisper's Pudge to get punished, he ends up coming out insanely far.
He does.
So very, very comfortable on this hero in this position.
Yeah, and let's see how many, I'm going to keep watching how many cogs they do kill, because, yeah, Schofield, he's going to be doing his annoyance in this lane. But overall, I would say Satanic, yeah, on paper, right, Satanic should have a pretty free time up here, unless some crazy stuff happens from Schofield and Whisper. And looking at the other lanes in particular, it's similar, right? PVISION does have very strong setup for the lanes. The mid Beastmaster versus the Puck is very, very strong matchup. The bottom lane is the one that can be a bit different, where the Ursa and the CM can take advantage. So 2 lanes that do look quite strong for the side of PVISION at the start.
I mean, and sort of take advantage to the point where is there kind of sort of a stage in this bottom lane where the Ursa CM can get kills?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime that they do see a misposition, misstep there from DM, they could look for it. Same thing from 9 class, but 9 class also can do some pretty annoying stuff, as we've seen from him on this Monkey King, of going through the portal, bringing numbers to an area that is not as expected. So this mid lane, I've seen the Beast most of the time come out ahead, but also these Pucks usually don't fall that behind anymore in a lot of these matchups that they used to struggle, like the Earthshaker versus Puck matchup, which used to be a hard one. Now these Pucks just do fine because of curveball. So we'll see how no one does in this matchup with Analog.
It definitely feels like a mid matchup where, I mean, probably from both teams, right? The supports, rotations early on could warrant a kill in that mid lane.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know if we'll see an early rotation, though, because these side lanes are... They do need their supports to stay there. As we do see early aggression, even from bottom, DM, getting the early point in silence. Maybe they'll be able to play this lane a little better than anticipated, even though it's versus Ursa CM.
CS-wise in the top lane so far, 8-4 on Whisper against Satanic 13-3, so I see the damage here coming in with a little shred and a few right clicks. Not too fun for the Pudge here on the early levels against these 2. Ooh. Anytime that Schofield steps away.
Yeah, he even went for the chainmail immediately on Whisper, right?
They've got to watch out for this, though. Something about Schofield and sniping the carrier's couriers. The carrier's courier, it's happened so many times.
We had that one series earlier.
Yeah, he got like the DK's courier like, what, 3 times in a row or something. So Satanic's definitely going to have to be a bit more careful with his courier placement when he gets those, or he's trying to get those items brought out. Because Schofield, he will be on top of the timings. Like, you know for sure, right? He's keeping track of when that courier's respawning, and he's going to be ready to get in position to go for it again.
100%. I mean, that's his best involvement that he can have up here, is really killing the couriers and just disrupting them from killing the Pudge. Because right now you're seeing Whisper, he truly is struggling up here. He even bought the chainmail level 1, or immediately when he had the gold, so that he could try to survive the pressure. But look at it, it's constant.
Yeah, poking him underneath the tower. Still have to be careful. I mean, you saw that anytime that Ducalis tries to set up and go for that, if he lines himself up to get hooked under the tower,
True.
Could get turned around.
Definitely wants to have the lane in maybe a better position. They're not so close to that tower, so they can get aggressive.
Down on the bottom side of the map, Yuma so far 20 CS, 18 and 4 on DM, so being able to match the farm so far on this bottom lane. And yeah, indeed across the board, just Whisper is having the slightly tougher time top, but as expected.
To be expected, exactly. So mid, Analog is handling his own, 22-3 to the 26, a couple extra denies on no one, but
I mean, look at this damage. It gets harder now, though. I mean, no one just stepping up and just absolutely beating the hell out of this. TPs are coming in. He's going pretty deep, no one.
No one is very deep.
It's taken a lot of tower hits as well. He went for the dive. Is he going to be able to get away? There's going to be the all back up in a couple of seconds. Analog, he's going to have it.
He's got him.
First blood there for Analog as no one gets far too greedy there with that aggressive dive.
He tries to go for the axes, but the shift is back up. He dodges it, and he has more than enough damage, and they lose the courier, too.
That's a big kill to get as well. I mean, up to that point, the mid matchup was pretty close, but now Analog's going to get the chance to get kind of a full creep wave ahead, and having that first blood as well secured on the puck.
Massive. 2 couriers also being killed. Nighttime soon to end also. So DM, the bottom lane, will become much more difficult for him now as immediately they go aggro on this Night Stalker as the daytime hits.
Oh, the swipes are stacking up. He will be able to push him back momentarily there with an ironwood branch placement. So
that was a really nice branch.
Nice little moves there from DM to stop Yuma from getting a couple more hits in and kind of give him a chance to break away from that blood grenade that was thrown out.
Very nice branch play. KJ was not quite in range. Yuma tried to get that advantage play there, but wasn't able to. And so far, I mean, Whisper, he has yet to die top, right? So he is getting something. He is, of course, getting sacrificed a little bit, but if he gets a hook kill, he'll be right back into it, which can absolutely happen at any moment.
Yeah, and the fact that he's not dying up there is definitely giving Schofield the freedom to just kind of get to do Schofield things, moving up and down through the jungle, being around to provide pressure in the mid. The Roar's going to be there for the setup.
They got him.
No one able to get the kill. Schofield not able to do anything to help out that time. PVISION, they're going to try and chase Schofield a little bit, but I think as we'd learn, right, you got to be careful when you're chasing Schofield. You don't want to waste too much time running down the clockwork.
Never. If it's Schofield, you almost never do. Never want to chase him. Whisper.
Rotation's coming in. Jump forward here from 9 class. Schofield is around. Cogs down to try and hold Satanic back, but he's able to get round with the rage. You get the cookie connection as well. Boundless strikes up. Whisper trying to back up to the tower.
He's still alive.
The battery assault holds back Satanic. Whisper's going to be fine for now. Analog's TP'd over, does have the Dream Coil available, but they won't even need to stick around because PVISION, they back up, they didn't get the kill. They're not going to try and make any crazy dives top.
Do they stick around for this Shrine of Wisdom? It looks like 9 class wants to.
I mean, the thing is, though, they're going to know that Analog's around.
Yeah, I don't know if they can contest this when the puck is in the area.
Whisper, they've got the vision. They're able to get the hook straight away. They catch 9 class. Analog jumps in with the burst. 9 class is dead. Another bit of a greedy play there from PVISION, just underestimating the fact that Heroic, of course they're going to be sticking around for that timing. Analog, he wasn't going anywhere. He was ready.
Didn't anticipate them putting the ward, I guess. He was trying to make that sneaky play, but yeah, Analog is just still in the area too. And Analog still has Coil for that next move available too, if it does happen. As let's see how, I'm just going to keep eyes on DM these next couple minutes, especially for PVISION, since it is this daytime. This is a very crucial point. If he's able to keep the lane in this position, he's going to get a lot. And it does look like this wave is going to stay here, so that's very good for him. Top,
Schofield. Should be fine here. Whispers in with the backup, looking for the angle for the hook. Not going to get it this time.
They're not giving him that chance to get that hook. He has his phase boots finished up, though, so a lot easier for him to survive up here. And as you said, Schofield, it can't open up the map for him. Power rune. Ducalis is setting up.
9 class. It's going to end him with a jump, but now that Yuma's hit the 6, very hard to bully the bear. Unless they catch him in some sort of chain control between like the roar of no one on the Beastmaster if he makes the move down bottom.
Analog gets a haste. This is a big rune. Could potentially even save him. When you get this rune, when you're playing versus Night Stalker, it's the dream early game.
On top lane. A little bit of a dismember. It's going to force the TP reaction from no one. Comes in, drops the roar. That's a very dead Whisper there.
Bait play there from Satanic. Good TP coming in from no one. They do know now, though, that no one has no resources since he did TP top.
I mean, they could try and dive in for DM bottom now.
He has ulti available, though.
He is going to be pretty slippery.
Yeah. DM is getting a lot down here, Owen. This is a big deal. He's level 6 now. He's going to be getting his Dominator pretty soon, too. Even though 9 class has left him for some time, he's getting way too much. And they're not able to bully him because of the positioning of that lane on that Night Stalker. He's just keeping it at his tower, not shoving it in. So that's going to be really important timing for him on this first night.
Gonna have a smoke up coming in from the two of them. Yuma And King Jungle's ready to make this play towards the top.
This is a clever move. This could catch him off guard.
Let's see what PVISION do in response. Dakalis, not a chance for him. Satanic can
is in
get
trouble.
away from this. Whisper ready to lead and gets the hook into the dismember.
What a move.
Excellent plays there from Yuma and King Jungles, coming in and securing Yuma a double kill from that little trip top.
I love this move too, because they had just communicated that the Beastmaster TP top, he used his roar, he was leaving the area, so they're like, he's probably not going to stick in the area.
That's smart.
Quick gate move, get this kill. Very, very clever.
And also the fact that they knew that they couldn't really abuse the fact that the Night Stalker's alone still a very tough target to kill. Yep. The other lane's where to be, and they make it work.
DM has literally kept this lane at his tower like this for 3 minutes so far. So very good on him to be able to do that, but of course does open up the opportunity for Heroic to make an aggressive move as top.
They're going to strike back at PVISION. Whisper to fall, Schofield looking pretty dead as well. So just as quickly as they get the 2 kills top, as the action continues, PVISION returns to that top lane and make sure that they then secure some positive action for Satanic to get involved in.
Love that we're seeing these early moves already coming in though. Pre-10 minutes, we've got 8 kills. Heroic, looks like Analog will get the benefit of getting this power rune again after getting the haste rune. Another very good one for him.
And these sort of movements, they're only going to continue, right, in the frequency that we're going to be getting them from these 2 mids each time the ultimates are up. And obviously from DM, he very shortly is going to be prepared to get involved, especially around these nighttime moments.
I think he's got the Dominator finished, right?
So right.
Pretty early timing for this Night Stalker who's been left on an island to have this pickup. It's coming out in the courier. He's got the Dark Ascension too if he wants to use it to get involved and get on top of the puck too, even though it is nighttime. See what the next move is going to be.
I mean, so far, you know, if you're both of these teams, you know, from Heroic side, who is it that they're most concerned about is getting the space? Because sure, DM's getting a lot down bottom, but, you know, Satanic, he's getting a good chance and a good area at the map, especially with the security of both supports being in the area, to hit probably a pretty solid timing on his Radiance.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're too... You want to obviously think about these things, but I don't know if you're too fussed because you're also getting a lot, right? Sure. It's like Whisper's getting shut down, but your Ursa and your Puck are having a phenomenal time right now, so I think at the moment, things are pretty chill for them.
Yeah, we can see the Battle Fury just about a few hundred gold away from coming out to Yuma.
Here comes the smoke. They've got what? Snapfire ult is up, so kisses are at the ready.
There we go.
See if Heroic is ready for this move.
And they do have to be a little bit careful in the sense that Satanic is very close to having enough money for his relic, so if the fight goes wrong, might hurt him a little bit on that timing.
They're bringing the summons, though. They've got the Dominator, they've got the Ancient Black Dragon, which comes in.
You know, Yuma, they've already pulled back right up to the tier 2.
So they seem to know.
This move ain't going to find anything. Might get them the chance to pressure and bring down the tower, but catching Yuma, unlikely.
Yeah, very good awareness coming out from Heroic here to not hemorrhage anything in the mid lane. TP, though, toward mid. Or in the bottom lane. TP toward mid. Ducalis is setting up. They do have that roar available with the kisses. Power rune will be bottom. Illusion rune.
A nice one here for no one if he does get jumped. Gives him an extra chance to slip away. Very close to his Aghanims. Just about 1,200 gold off it here for the mid Beastmaster. How's the net worth right now?
How's the stacks from both sides? I feel like it's been fairly even. I actually don't know if we did get a counter for that, but maybe a couple more on the side of Heroic. This is a tech that I've seen only Heroic do because they're the only ones picking Pudge. But we've seen this a couple times now. They do this, smoke a deceit with the Pudge to be able to farm the Ancients freely to get him a better timing. So
that's pretty nice, yeah.
It'll help his game.
Super safe.
He was struggling, he'll need that. So that will get him toward it. He will have at least one component of the Aghanims, but slowed down a fair bit anyway, still on Whisper. And he doesn't have the luxury. I mean, he has the luxury of being able to hook creeps, of course, and get that extra farm, but he doesn't have the luxury of a Night Stalker with a Dominator who just sends the Dominator creep to do his business. You can get that extra farm that we've seen so much throughout this tournament. As we'll watch the Dark Troll Summoner.
Oh, here we go.
It's going to start cutting some creep waves, probably.
Yeah, King Jungles.
He's ready for it.
See what he can do to deal with it.
Okay, he'll disrupt the stack.
Yeah, they'll bring Yuma over as well. Let's clear this out, because they don't want to give DM the chance to start grabbing creep waves.
And they'll kill it pretty effectively. It farmed absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
so.
Honestly, Ursa probably one of the better carries in the game, right, for dealing with these Helm of the Dome creeps. Kills them very, very fast.
Very true. They did the same thing with the Meepo the other day, if you remember. These heroes are fantastic at killing these Dominator creeps, so influx of gold for them.
Top lane.
They want to fight, it looks like, here.
Will be a good time to strike. I mean, it's a Satanic very, very close to having his Radiance timing complete.
Also setting up around this Shrine of Wisdom. 9 class.
Well, they're going to have
playing around the Vision.
Whisper ready to walk up. Boundless strike on back. Gives him the chance to jump into the trees. Good escape there for 9 class. Can he keep this up?
Split second. He's got
away.
a jump. He's gone.
It's a bit too tricky to catch him now. 9 class should be fine.
Typical 9 class, being very disruptive, giving so much information.
I mean, Whisper could try for a blind hook, but
no.
They don't have any information here.
That would be pretty wild if he's able to find him here.
Just going to keep eyes on Yuma. Another rocket comes in, but again, 9 class a step ahead.
They're probably keeping track of that experience that he's sapping as well, so Yuma. He's being annoying. He's giving info. It's giving time for these items to come in for PVISION. I believe that Aghanim's for the Beastmaster. It's done. No one is invading with an invis.
Ooh.
Yuma.
Good little push here, but the roll's going to be set up on a Yuma. The kisses are coming in as well. Dream come down with the two of them. Yuma's able to get the enrage off and starts to back away. 9 class falling low here as Analog and Schofield look to chase him down, but no one's able to finish off Schofield first.
DM.
Analog has to back up now. 9 class able to survive.
DM trying to find that angle with the Dark Ascension for the puck, but can't quite. A good invasive play here coming out from PVISION, but it only nets them the clockwork. Radiance is done. Whisper will find more money.
About halfway towards the Aghanims, and as we saw just there, Satanic getting the pre-15-minute Radiance done and online.
And that second Dominator is soon finished for 9 class.
Schofield maybe considering something around the mid. Needs Analog to be a little bit closer though so they can bring in the damage required, and King Jungle's a little low on the mana right now to contribute.
It's funny how Schofield, even in this type of game, he's still queuing up the Aghanims. Doesn't deviate his build, even though the other games when he got it early, he was kind of crushing the game. This one, it's a lot slower, but he's still going for his build.
Oh, here we go. Smoke time here from the supports of Heroic. Whisper ready to join.
How long on the Roar? The Roar is back up. There's no nighttime, though. That's what they're taking advantage of here. DM did pop the Ascension earlier.
It's been hit by a scan, so PVISION know what's coming. Can Heroic really still stand a chance of catching them by surprise here?
The rocket for Vision.
It's going to give them the Can Whisper line up the hook? Ooh, not quite, but the coil does connect before the cookie jumps there. Hook shot comes in as well, but it's deep. Backup's coming in from PVISION. They'll be able to lay down the Crystal Maiden ult here. Destroyed Ducalis, but the TPs from PVISION continue to come through. They're ready to turn. Boundless strike on a King Jungle. Satanic moves in to kill off the CM as they're ready to see if they can maybe catch Analog as well. He's got the jump back up to the orb, so should be fine.
I love the aggression, but it's a little deep this time. They were able to get punished. Their PVISION, they're TPing in, might be able to pressure this tier 1 themselves now. Might actually get the tier 1 first now because of this move.
Yeah, pretty hard to push Satanic and no one off the tower, especially with some of the ults expended by Heroic.
And they had to use so much to get the snap there. The hook missed, the coil was broken. As Ducalis,
and gets himself another one there. Finds Schofield alone up top. He's got the burst to do it solo.
Wait, he got him by himself. Look at that. Maybe a Dominator creep also assisted, but either way, able to find that grab. As yeah, we did see the creep.
Yuma though
with his blink.
Indeed, with the blink reveal comes in and gets a kill for himself. Back up to level 12 now on the Ursa.
Now, Yuma is having a phenomenal game here so far.
Look at the 2 carries, right? Pretty much
so close.
As close as it gets, really.
This game,
the progress of these two, and both of them not afraid to turn up to the action, right? You know, when you look at PVISION's heroes, they've got a good ways to kind of get Satanic on the Lifestealer onto the front lines, and Heroic, obviously with his Blink Dagger Ursa, Yuma, any sort of fight that happens around a tower that's going to be set up by this puck Analog with Dream Coil, Yuma's going to want to make sure he's there.
Now we'll see how the economy game goes, right? Because, as we said, Heroic playing a more honest approach toward the game. No Dominators. PVISION, the double Dominators are up. A 2K separation at the moment, and a lot of that is the Monkey King's extra net worth, of course, over those supports at the moment. Roar, the shield rune gets off.
It's giving him a fair bit of protection and should be easily enough to allow him to jump out of this one. So the Roar here will push him off the tower. 9 class is there with the backup, but Analog forces at the ready, gets himself away from the follow-up to that boundless strike. They put the nighttime though, DM closing the gap. Yuma ready to jump in aggressively. The kiss is coming in, but Analog's got another orb up. Jumps back under the tier 2 tower. Satanic and 9 class going to kill off of King Jungle's under the tier 2.
Yuma
has to enrage, get out of the Wukong's command. Whisper not quite able to find a chance to get anyone hooked in over towards the tier 2 tower. So PVISION back off. They don't take any casualties themselves. They're just able to get that kill against King Jungle's CM.
A lot expended again there, though. Roar was used, but no one's able to secure himself this amp damage. Roar going to be back up in 30. Heroic, are they going to look to make a move to try to punish now that this Dark Ascension's down and Nighttime's down?
It's got to be appealing. I mean, we saw that earlier play. That it is that raw timing that's kind of everything when it comes to what Heroic can try and punish when it's down.
And Whisper does have a big timing now. His Aghanims is done, so a lot stronger in the fray in terms of the aggression he can put on, but also just disrupting the healing and things from the Beastmaster, right?
It's a lot.
It does do quite a bit versus Beast. So they're feeling confident to get a bit aggressive here since those ultis are on cooldown. And we do have to mention, you know, you talked about their analog adjusting his build. You're playing versus Night Stalker, you need a Force Staff either on yourself or supports. Probably wanting it on the puck as well too, so he did go for it. And he'll have a blink next soon too.
Yeah, he's going to be very slippery on the puck. Now we'll have the tools to indeed dance around these heroes that are trying to get in on top of him.
See if we see perhaps an Orchid built up at some point. I know we used to see some of these Monkey Kings go for it, but maybe not yet. Maybe later down the lines could be something he thinks about versus that puck.
Overall, though, we can see kind of during the slower paces and periods of this game, PVISION able to make that little bit more out of the map. Around a 3K gold lead here as the game starts to slow back down a little bit.
They do just farm that bit faster with these Dominators and, yeah, having this Monkey King able to play like this, but Analog...
He's feeling pretty safe. I mean, it's just going to take a lot to lock him down, right, and stop him from being able to slide, blink, and orb away. They do need a pretty perfect combo of skills to come down on the puck to punish him.
Nighttime is hit. DM. Ult also at the ready very soon. The Tormentor, it's a bit different since it is with this Night Stalker, so it's on the bottom side. So unlike usual where it is up top. PVISION is going to be setting up for that one very quickly. It doesn't look like Heroic is in any way to contest it. They'll throw a rocket to scout.
We'll see the shard.
Who gets it?
Gonna go the way of DM.
That's a really nice one to get for free.
Heroic. They'll make something happen elsewhere, though. Into the pit. Drop the freezing field as well. They need to speed this up.
I think so as well. I was about to say, they might want to use every spell as possible that they can to damage it. Looks like they should get away with it.
Yeah, PVISION, they do smoke up now, but it's a little too late, Roshan. It's going to all be Heroic. Streamer's going to have that Aegis secured for the next play. So, PVISION, they get a Tormentor, they get a Shard, but Heroic do manage to find that timing to get the Ursa in the pit and secure that second life.
Balance in all things. No one, a full BKB finished up now for this Beastmaster. He is going to be very difficult to bring down. Even though they have BKB piercing disables, the damage, unless the Ursa gets the fully free hit onto him, could be problematic now to deal with this Beast early. But could just be a bit of a slowdown time. Both teams might be content with sitting back, finishing up that next item. Yuma in particular, his BKB.
Yeah, it's going to be so important just to be able to give him the chance to run in and not worry about having the silence come into play, stopping him from getting that enrage off.
And DM is the big nuisance for sure versus that puck and the Ursa. They have to be very careful in terms of this game. I'm wondering if Analog even at some point does pivot toward a BKB. Sure, not yet, but maybe one of the next items, even though we don't see it too often on the puck. Depending on how he gets tripped up from the Night Stalker, we'll have to see if he does want to adapt.
Satanic, he's got his plans completely lined up.
9 class is spotted.
He's going to get a hook shot in here from Schofield. 9 class, unlikely to get much backup here. He's able to jump out though with a sharp boundless strike.
He's actually going to survive.
He's away. No one. Coming in from the high ground. Maybe see if they can get an angle in on Analog, but it's very, very difficult. Analog at the ready and Yuma. He's going to be around the mid, ready to grab that bottle and hold on to this amplified damage rune for the next team fight play that they'll look for. And you'd imagine Heroic.
They have vision bottom.
They're going to want to do something. Whisper looking for the setup on a DM. DM popping the ult off onto the side of the map. He's going to be able to sneak away. Nothing they can do about that right now whilst the hook shot's still on cooldown from Schofield. So DM will get away. But yeah, there's 3 minutes of opportunity really for Yuma to try and force a play with the rest of the team. And you can see how aggressive he is. He's ready to try and find some action. With the BKB, Amplified Damage Rune, and the Aegis, I mean, PVISION, they've got to be prepared for this aggression that Heroic's going to be looking for.
They just have so much info getters, right? We see the Night Stalker and the Monkey King just constantly getting information. Again, they see Heroic.
Whisper, some of the blink. He's only going to find the helm of the Dom creep.
So they avoid the smoke immediately, just from that little play there from the Night Stalker. Able to gather that information, as you see time and time again.
I see Yuma there as well, was maybe seeing if he could find the chance to get the solo catch on Ducalis, but Ducalis headed elsewhere.
PVISION's just avoiding until they get these timings.
And they're getting a lot of the timings. The gold lead increasing with every moment here for PVISION. Up to now 7K gold lead here, 23 minutes in. Heroic, they're desperate for blood, but PVISION just aren't giving it to them.
Just avoiding every single time. Satanic. SNY is now finished up too, so he's got that status resistance versus that bite in particular, so a lot safer for him to survive. Now Blink also for no one, so easier for him to pick and choose his target for the roar. PVISION is slowing the game down into a more and more comfortable position to be able to fight versus Aegis. They're very strong in team fights. Nightclass.
He is able to grab him off the trees. Has to dismember. It's got to be enough here slowing him down in the rot, so a little bit of action. The Heroics able to get back on the table there as Nightclass gets caught out.
It's been a long time since they've found a kill. It's just been avoidance from PVISION. But look at the Dark Troll Summoner. Nightclass dies, but so he lives on.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. And there's another one right above it, by the way, too, cutting the next wave that maybe was getting through.
Let's see what Heroic do about this.
They're trying to hunt them.
I mean, what do you do if
Yay.
you're Heroic in this situation? You know, you want to find the fighting, you want to kind of get this action going, but PVISION are just not letting themselves sort of trip up.
That's a good question. You might have to start looking to play the economy game yourself, or just maybe go for more crazy type of plays forward, but that's a risky play. Going for such aggressive dives when you know that PVISION's playing on this defensive footing, it's dangerous.
PVISION just getting so much DM.
He's in.
He's got his eyes on Schofield. No one's ready to back him up as well, so PVISION will be able to grab themselves a kill here.
They'll use the roar.
I mean, the game's kind of at that
It's
pace.
slowed down.
I don't think he cares. Yeah, he's ready to drop that cooldown. We'll see top lane Yuma having to back off here as Satanic's starting to run him down a bit with the Radiance. Won't want to chase him down too much. Still 40 seconds left on the Aegis on Ursa.
Will find himself a Dominator creep.
And that's that timing.
Finished already.
I mean, he's pretty terrifying. That 4-stuff ain't going to save you anymore if he gets on top of you.
And this is a Night Stalker who is in a lane versus a CM Ursa, and look what he's got. He's got Blink, Nullifier, Dominator at the 25-minute mark. It looks like he was in a lane that was pretty much free for him. That's going to be very problematic for them. Yeah, because now it's at the point where, you know, Heroic, they couldn't quite find any action. Now if they do, it's not necessarily going to be guaranteed at all that they come out on top of these skirmishes. PVISION will be ready to turn. And this is that time. This is, we'll wait for a second. Nightclass again. Should be able to finish him off here, a little too far away. And now, at this point, they've got the damage. So good kill. They're getting something. They're getting kind of a 9-class kill here and there to kind of keep that overall gold lead that PVISION have against them kind of closed up, at least not growing any further than it did in the last couple of minutes. Still around that 6 to now down to 5k gold. So Heroic definitely starting to slow down the advance that PVISION was gaining on them. And Yuma is still farming very nicely, right? Almost neck and neck with that Lifestealer, so he's feeling confident. The Basher's done. I was going to mention this, so for Analog, let's see if he does adapt in the build that we were talking about, because that Nullifier is done for the Night Stalker. So now if he gets on top of him, Silence plus Nullifier, it can really cause some problems. But at the moment, it looks like he's content with just going for scale. And if you can get away with this type of itemization on Puck, on Ursa, your lineup does scale super hard. So, yeah, curious to see if this does work out for them, because they're not overreacting to the side of PVISION. They're just playing their own game, and they're like, okay, let's see what happens. Let's see what idea is better. Always have that threat of the high ground defense, right? You kind of consider PVISION's lineup, you know, the cores, and one of the supports, it's melee heroes, right? So when it comes to hitting the high ground down the line, you're lining yourself up for some pretty tasty hooks to be coming in from Whisper. No, absolutely. And Whisper, you know, we didn't mention him, but he also has his BKB Blink done. He's actually matching the farm of DM, even without the Dominator. I guess those extra kills do matter, of course. On the hunt themselves now. See what they can find. Schofield. Oh, they're going to make the jump forward. They'll get him. Very easy kill around the tower. No funny business, but look at the wraparound here. Heroic. Looking for a sneaky play. I mean, maybe if they can kind of catch PVISION starting to split up, but at the moment, PVISION staying pretty tight to one another. He's going to get buyback from Schofield. They'll make the jump straight away to Ducalis. They'll clean him up. Wukong's command of the Barrel Strike drop down on a Whisper, but he's pretty tanky. Dreamcore comes in onto the two of them as Analog jumps forward with the burst. Yuma trying to look for a target, but the ethereal form at the moment for no one stopping Yuma from being able to get the right clicks in. Now it ends. They're able to continue to chase the Beastmaster out of the fight. Schofield gets cleaned up by Satanic, but that chase at the top against the Beastmaster succeeds. They kill no one off. All in all, I mean, they did lose Analog. They did lose Schofield a second time, but they are able to take 3 kills away from PVISION. Satanic and DM want to go back in. Fight might not be over yet, indeed. King Jungle's getting jumped. Yuma's going to try and help out. He's getting the swipe stacked up on the DM, but Satanic
comes in with the heal, still the Yuma, keeping those swipes stacked up onto DM, the damage building up, the bash comes in, DM.
He's still alive.
He's actually going to be fine for now. Okay, walks back in, accepts his death. Did get the nullifier off onto Yuma as Satanic will run him down. Good jump to the low ground.
Can he stick on him the blink?
He's going to blink up in a second. Good jukes as Yuma will manage to dance away from Satanic.
Oh, what a cool fight. I mean, the wraparound for Heroic almost works beautifully. The problem in that fight was honestly, DM killed Analog Photo Zero. That nullifier that he got, he just completely sandwiched him and brought him down. Satanic and Yuma will survive at the end of it all, but Satanic comes out a bit more ahead in the end of it all. Up to level 21, a 20k net worth now for him. I think he does have to adapt somehow. I'm checking Analog, what he wants to build. Okay, he's going Hurricane Pike. So he's going to use that on the Night Stalker instead to have that be the counter rather than having to build a full another item to protect himself.
Because what, if you Hurricane Pike the enemy, even if you're nullified right, it still pushes back.
Yep, it does not dispel it off of you.
You're still able to get pushed back.
Exactly. So this is if he had this in the last fight, he likely lives, and it could have been a completely different outcome where Heroic maybe comes out even a bit more in a good position there. But as it stands, PVISION, after that fight Satanic, he is cruising. That's almost an AC finished also for him.
Oh, yeah. And we see, on the other side, Yuma, he's going to opt to try and get that Abyssal as soon as he can. And he's got it now. So Abyssal Blade done. We did see how kind of clutch the bashes were coming in that last fight. He's able to drop down the active on someone. Should have the chance of tearing them apart pretty quickly. Now, obviously, that last fight, they did get no one, but it did take them a long time, right? They had to really chase him out at the team fight and stay on top of him to get that kill.
And that was them with the positioning, right? They got that wraparound, and it's still, they didn't get those kills almost immediately. And speaking of which, PVISION, smoke, or invis, sorry, on no one, looking for another play. Whisper, he's under vision.
That's the setup. Straight in with the Raw and bringing in Satanic. They easily have the damage to tear apart the Pudge.
Satanic gets the last hit as well, too. Even more HP, up to monster kill. 418, 421 bonus HP now for him. He is getting very tanky.
Difficulty definitely rising here for Heroic.
Does feel like that, absolutely. Analog, he's got the Pike, does get the phase shift off. Can he play around this?
It's tricky to chase. Silence comes to an end. Nullify will catch on to him, but no, he's able to jump out with the phase shift dodge and the orb. 9+ is sweeping across, so Analog has to continue to play on his toes there because they're on him. Jump. The Silence is back up. They get the jump on him, and this time he's not able to jaunt away.
And in the meanwhile, too, they get a rush. PVISION is starting to accelerate things.
They really are. About 500 gold away from that AC now on Satanic.
No one's got the roar ready. They bought him a gem earlier, too, after that last fight. He's always in a good position to know if anyone is stalking him. Schofield. They found him.
They do. They've got the roar.
There's just kills everywhere, Owen. It is falling apart for Heroic.
I mean, King Jungles, I think he got very close to a bit of a clutch snipe there. I believe the courier did have the rest of the BKB of DM on, but the delivery was actually made just before the courier got killed, and of course King Jungles still loses his life for that effort.
This life steal is just getting way too big. Just the difference between him and Yuma now at this point. Yuma can't do it on his own. No one. Jumps forward.
It definitely
4
feels
minutes
like
on this Aegis.
It's going to get to the point where the question is, how strong of a high ground defense can Hero pull together? Yuma will find a grab out to the side whilst Dakalis is separate from the rest of the team, but now the rest of the team's ready to close in. Defensive hook will drag Yuma away, as Yuma will get away with that one. Gets the kill, gets out with the help of Whisper.
PVISION sticking in the area. Satanic still feeling as strong as possible.
And definitely, the pressure's going to fall onto the shoulders of Whisper. Can he get these crazy angles on the high ground defense to get those hooks, pull apart the attempts from PVISION when they look to try and close up towards the barracks, towards those tier 3s?
It does feel like
that's going to be their next best shot.
Yeah, it feels like it's very dependent on the cores in this game on Heroic. It's been a pretty quiet game from the support zone, I have to be honest. Schofield not really having much of a game this time on the clockwork. Maybe, yeah, in his lane, absolutely. But right now, he's 0-7, and he hasn't even built any items to buff up his allies either. He's built completely for himself. So
it's definitely one of those risky builds, right? When you rush the act. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it looks like the support you encounter in your pubs. It's a risky move. It's not paying off so far. But, Schofield will say, hey, this game's still young. We're only 32 2 minutes in.
Hey, it's very
We're probably
true.
going to hit the 60 minutes, and Schofield's absolutely still got a chance, if it goes 30 minutes more, to maybe come in with those plays, and he'll say, hey, you know what? The Ags rush, it was absolutely warranted.
We'll have to see if it does pay off. Because he can do still some really nice stuff with the Aghanims. You know, I'm only critiquing him a little bit extra because it's Schofield, but you know, he can scout a lot, right? And in this game, scouting has definitely been pretty crucial. So
and you can clear the waves, right? You can prolong the game.
You absolutely
with those rocket flares being spammed down. So, as I say, yeah, Schofield, he's ready to keep playing this game for another 30 minutes. Let's see if they can try and hold on that long, because PVISION against them, they're continuing to hit these timings. They'll get themselves another shard. This time goes the way of Satanic. They've got 2 minutes of Aegis, so very likely to bring the fight. Heroic, they've got to do the best to kind of limit the casualties and try and not lose too much against these next moves from PVISION, because otherwise PVISION, they could be moments away from shutting down the game.
Absolutely. I mean, PVISION, they're just getting a bit too much, it feels like, out of the map. The map is shrinking it. All of Heroic is having to follow each other because of this annoying vision game that we've seen from PVISION, so they can't really separate from each other because they just might hemorrhage 4 kills as we saw before. If they split up on Heroic, heroes could die all over the place, so they have to kind of stick together like this versus the PVISION strategy.
A refresher on no one.
Continues to grow.
They can find the opening to get that sort of setup, the silence, the roars on towards Yuma. You know, if they, any of these fights really where they take Yuma out, the damage, it's just not going to be there for Heroic to tackle these 3 beefy cores of PVISION.
I think the only reason this game has felt as close as it is because Yuma is having a flawless game.
Absolutely.
He's 6-0. If he had died even once, this game might just feel completely out of control.
He's holding on pretty hard here for the team, Yuma.
Another amp damage to spawn Satanic. We'll be waiting at the bottle at the ready.
This could be
They're just going to pick it up. All right, they want to just pressure with it. So 1 minute left on this Aegis that he wants to use this amp damage with.
He wants to get in. Get right in there. So start to bring in the mid push.
What's the response going to be?
Not going to be able to push them off the tier 2, that's for sure. So they'll have to let the mid fall.
There's a sneaky ward that has been placed down bottom also quite some time ago that could catch Heroic off guard when getting back to their base.
And at the same time, we'll see if Heroic themselves are able to get some sneaky vision outside of the base to set up for those high ground hooks from Whisper.
Whisper's looking for it.
He's going to try for 9 class. Is he going to get him? He'll get the Dismember off onto Satanic, but Satanic is perfectly fine. They have to be careful about how they go about tackling the Lifestealer, and indeed they'll be able to pull back. They do not want to put too much into trying to go on this Lifestealer, especially whilst he still had a few seconds left of Aegis. Will start to now come to an end.
Daytime will hit. Looks like PVISION will back up with that. Continue to play that economy game as they continue to grow and grow and grow in terms of that economy. Seeing 9 class, he's gone full greed this game, as he tends to, but Diffusal into the Scotty next, it's going to be very, very annoying to play against for these choruses, particularly the Pudge and the Ursa. The fights just, they continue to feel harder and harder and harder for Heroic, and I'm wondering how and when it's going to feel that much easier. Perhaps it's when Yuma does have that MKB, but again, it does feel like it's starting to feel like him versus the world a lot in this one.
Still just sort of little things like the Ghost on no one that makes it hard for them to get jumped. He's going to try for King Jungles. King Jungles at the moment kind of juking him in terms of the vision, so a lot of time of this BKB being put to waste. Still will get the Roar though at the end of it, allowing Satanic to close up and take down another.
Hey, Owen, that's actually a really good call that you did mention there, right? Like, Yuma has to do so much, and he has no nullifier.
No.
So they can just dance around him, either with these Ghost Scepters or Force Staffs in particular. Very hard heroes to bring down with the Monkey King as well, too. He can just boundless out of a lot of situations, too. So definitely hard for Yuma in terms of how he wants to progress into this later stage.
We'll see Refresher being queued up next. I imagine what the plan's going to be. If Whisper can come... No one, he's in there. The jump on a Yuma. Schofield comes in with a hook shot in the cogs to hold them back. Schofield will fall for sure. Yuma, though, with that play from Schofield, should be able to get out. Did cost him his BKB, though. Had to use it.
85 seconds, no BKB. No one's in.
He's going to have the buyback coming straight away from Schofield. Does not want to allow PVISION to get away with that.
He's got another Roar. He still has that at the ready, and double BKB if he wants to have it for the side of no one. Forcing a buyback again. That's 2 from Schofield.
Yeah, the gold difference starting to look
growing.
Pretty crazy now. 20k gold advantage here for PVISION 37 minutes in.
Satanic is getting close to being maxed out too. He's got to believe the Daedalus finished up. His Ags is going to get consumed too. He is massive, and that's the Scotty's finished up now too for 9 class. These supports I say supports, these cores now on PVISION are cores as well.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, 9 class, he's definitely not got any problem with this game going on. He's more than happy to get to the stage where he might just be 6-slotted as well.
Heroic has to do something chaotic, and that's what they're looking for here. Smoking out. There's no Dark Ascension. There's no nighttime, so looking to perhaps take advantage of that here. But PVISION are all so far back.
Well, this could be a bit risky, stepping out on the map like this.
They're not even going to find Ducalis down here, who's just farming in a
Do they find
very
anyone?
interesting spot.
Even if they get up here onto Satanic, it's going to be tough to take him down before backup is inbound.
Oh, and Yuma also has no BKB, so it's 15 seconds on cooldown.
I
If
mean,
they commit for
wisdom.
this.
He's going to get it.
Satanic.
They're going to make the jump. They're going to see if they can try and burst him. The damage is stacking up. It's enough.
They got him.
They killed him off, but the roar comes in. PVISION ready to punish. Yuma is going to be able to jump away from now. Refreshers pop. Whisper holding back no one, though. Will give the chance for Yuma to continue to retreat. It looks like they're going to get away with it. They're going to try and go for more. The Boundless Strike will stop Yuma from getting his hands onto no one.
What a play from the split second. He was a split second from getting that infest off and perhaps surviving.
And it's such a risky time, as you said, to have the foresight to go for that play, despite the fact that your own carry, his BKB was still on cooldown. That could have gone horribly wrong, but they get away with it and take away at least a 5k gold. You know, sort of lead that PVISION did have. You know, down to 15k.
And Owen, look what just spawned. Roche is up. It's 60 seconds without the Lifestealer. If they're able to scout that, be absolutely massive for Heroic. What a heads-up play. And I think that's, honestly, that might just be how they have to play for this game. They can't just, like, sit back. They kind of have to do these chaotic plays and find this Lifestealer.
So
very
nice
nice
keep this
play.
up here, Heroic. PVISION next time round, they're definitely going to make sure that the backup is ready if Satanic does get caught, even in the deeper areas of their map.
Oh, and they're going to get, it looks like 2 T2s and maybe even that Roche if they do back up for it right away. They scout it.
And you've got to imagine again, going, you know, when you go for that play and you carry Yuma still at the BKB and cooldown, that was probably Yuma making that call,
That was
right?
so, yeah, I mean, that's...
It definitely feels like Yuma being that sort of solid rock that's bringing the team together.
High risk,
and
high
giving them
reward.
a chance here in what so far looks to be a very difficult game still for Heroic. They'll finish the Roche. Aegis here for Yuma.
They killed it before it could shift sides too, so a good aggressive play there coming out from Heroic. A massive turnaround.
Yeah, they're coming back swinging here, Heroic.
Almost have completely recovered this game just off that one move, finding Satanic. A 10,000 gold swing. Level 26 now for the Ursa. He's actually gone for the double Earth Shock, which I feel like most times we see the overpower lately, but yeah, an interesting little adaptation also for him. Maybe just wanted to have that extra bit of enrage too is going to be nice for these fights.
A big step up in damage output also for Heroic. The Plasma now online for Analog. And this is the thing, right? Whilst there's been a little bit of a difference between the carries that Human has now pretty much closed against that of Satanic. Now, when you look at the other cores, it's pretty even.
It is.
We have Analog pretty much in the same position as no one. And DM and Whisper, they're in a very similar situation gold-wise as well. Overall, the majority of that difference, it's between the supports.
Exactly, so. And Yuma now, a full another item picked up. He's got the Swift Blink. They have the luxury of the 4 minutes with this Aegis. And they have this Refresher Shard on Whisper. This Refresher Shard could just change everything too, right? If he gets a double bite, full duration on the core.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. That gives more than enough time for Yuma to kill anyone that Whisper's got his hands on.
And yeah, Cheese, right? Cheese for the puck. He essentially has a second life to protect versus that Nullifier combo that can come out from the Night Stalker.
I mean, looks like
Owen, we're in for a treat here.
They're not afraid to fight still, even though this Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard is on Heroic's side. They've smoked up themselves, and they're ready to try and get the jump.
They spent their gold too. No buyback on DM. No buyback on Satanic.
Well, let's see what they do here. They find Yuma with the Nullifier. Jump in from Whisper, though. He will miss the hook. 9 class. He's going to get the hook shotted in the face here by Schofield. Core to the side. That's 9 class gone. Back in the midst of the fight. Whisper will fall. Analog. He's going to try and push forward. Phase shift just in time before the Roar was going to be coming in from no one. And now Yuma makes the jump forward. Looks to Ducalis, but the 4-star gets Ducalis back to safety. Buyback's now coming out from both sides.
Analog's alive.
Phase shift's there just in time. Analog, can he jump out of this one? He cannot. He'll get the coil off, but Analog's gone. And that probably should be the cue for Heroic to get out of it.
Trying to disengage, but looking to reset. Yuma's thinking about it.
He's considering. He's under this observer wall from PVISION, though. They're going to set down further vision, knowing that Heroic will trying to look for this risky play. They do get the D-ward, though, so Heroic, they're going to know that PVISION was maybe prepared for this.
It's eyes on Whisper. He did use the buyback in this fight.
DM. And 9 class just sort of stepping forward. Heroic. They made the call to back off. I think as soon as they sort of popped the sentry down, saw that PVISION had vision on Yuma maybe trying to get back in at the end of that fight, they kind of called it. They said, we don't want to go for this anymore.
Whisper dies with almost getting nothing off. He got his BKB off, but wasn't able to get the secondary one, got completely locked down. And then Analog, he jumps in to try to help his buddy. I think he uses Cheese and gets Greater Healing Lotus and still can't reset and get out of that fight. So still getting tripped up by the silence. Even with all these defensive tools that he's tried to go for, no BKB, no way to just prevent it completely.
Yeah, now PVISION, they're going to be more than happy to try and look for the play there. I mean, we saw them not afraid to fight and being able to kind of come out even on the results of that little bit of a skirmish. Now that there's no Aegis, no Cheese on Heroic, PVISION, they're absolutely going to want to try and go again.
Hook shot.
The side Schofield, he'll get the setup, catch the two of them in the cogs, he'll die for this, but Yuma's able to get the jump, they get the dismembering onto DN.
He's gone for 90.
Schofield happily trading his life there for the core of PVISION.
And it's the gem as well, too, so a big pickup. Great connection there from Schofield. I don't even think that was the initial target that he wanted. That hook shot actually hits the smoke target that was blocking Ducalis. Nice little pickup there from Schofield again.
No doubt about it, even though PVISION have maintained the lead for the majority of this game, they're definitely going to feel shaken up a little bit with how well Heroic has proven to be able to hold the game, punch back.
I mean, and Yuma just continues to just play almost flawless. Like he's 7-0-3. He's truly being the rock for the team.
That's pretty insane, yeah. If you consider sort of the amount of action that's been starting to go on in these later stages, the fact that they've not been able to get this Ursa at all is rather remarkable.
Doing a great job of keeping that core-to-core matchup versus this Lifestealer.
Yeah.
That's why they wanted it. That's why they wanted this last pick, because we do see Heroic smoked up again. Still 30 seconds, no Night Stalker.
And I guess this is the thing as well for Yuma, why it's working so well for him in these fights. He's just got so many heroes around him that are more than happy to throw their own lives into the front lines, right? You got Whisper jumping in, Analog ready to make these aggressive moves straight underneath the entire team of PVISION, and Schofield always ready to initiate with a hook shot. So with all this stuff being thrown at PVISION, it's very difficult for them to isolate and deal with the bear.
And he's not the one getting silenced, right? It's the Night Stalkers having to go for the puck. Because if Analog gets left alone in these fights, Analog might run rampant. So, yeah, it's a good way that they've been balancing off of each other of who tanks which spells. We do see Heroic still looking for potentially another play, but not going to be the case. Schofield just has to continue hugging Yuma. And he is just, using this Aghanim's to just scout tree lines.
Yep.
Every single time he can, he's shooting the rockets, looking for 9 class.
Oh, it's doing a lot. I mean, it's definitely, as I say, getting closer to that period of the game where the greediness of the clock definitely feels good. You're happy to have him on the team.
BKB also finished up for KJ, so that Frostbite, or that Freezing Field is going to start having some impact as well, too.
A lot of money on no one. What do you think he's considering next? 5.7K coming up in the bank for the Beastmaster.
That's a good question, because they already have the AC. He already has... Yeah, I'm not sure, actually.
Could you look for a Hex, or does a Hex not really do too much?
I think Hex is probably the best one. I was thinking Hex or maybe even just Linken's to protect and block this Abyssal Blade in particular on a core, but...
That's true. Maybe help someone kind of for the dismember efforts, right?
Yeah, because there's a couple of different single target abilities that can be very annoying this game, so
like
he's got options. I'm not too sure, though. I think he's also debating which one is best so far. This gold lead, it's been kind of sitting at a similar amount for a lot of this game,
really
but
has.
Heroic has been able to play around that beautifully.
And it does feel like each time that PVISION's had the lead, they haven't really left their side of the map too much.
True. Yeah.
They're very much holding back, seemingly sort of waiting until they themselves have kind of like these 6-slotted, maybe, as we said, the 6-slotted supports like 9 class. You know, very close to having that BKB on top of the Diffusal and Skadi.
Just having more difficulties getting the scouting that they did earlier on. They're going to go for another smoke play, looking for something here. No one still has not used his gold, but he will he will be able to boot to travel and buy back into the team fight. So maybe that's just the thing that he's prioritizing most.
Sure. I mean, he should still have a little bit of money on top of that, but indeed maybe not quite enough to pick up a full item. So really considering his options.
It's probably just in case he has to buy boot to travel 2 and rejoin the fight rather than just bots 1. It could be something along those lines as we do see the fight coming toward this top left side.
There we go.
The Rockets will give some information.
Heroic, no, the PVISION's coming for them.
Whisper on the front.
Shot off the mark. And there's the BKB, no one. He's gonna make the jump in. They're gonna try and go all out in onto Whisper. Bound the strike to the side, holds down the clock, but there's Yuma jumping in, looking for DM. DM's able to get out to safety though.
Whisper's
Yuma,
gone.
he's got to back up now with his teammates dead and the BKB and Enrage coming to an end for the Ursa. He's got to run. King Jungles will put the BKB, but the physical damage tears him apart. PVISION coming out on top and maybe not even done yet. They've still got their eyes on Analog. He'll get the phase shift off. So if he can jump out of this one, he can't at all. PVISION take down the four of them.
He spent his gold on the puck too.
I mean, they all
destroyed.
have no buybacks available here on the four dead on Heroic. This could hurt them big time. Only Yuma alive. We'll see how much PVISION's able to take away from them.
This could just be a Rax without the other two cores available. Yuma's got his work cut out for him. The dream start to the fight for PVISION. They kill the Pudge. He gets nothing off. Whisper, I believe he gets a bite off at the end, but the damage is already done there. Complete chaos coming out from Heroic, and PVISION just playing the fight beautifully. Look at DM even hiding Yuma around during that coil.
Absolutely, yeah, just too slippery, too fast. Can't stay on top of the Night Stalker there in that situation, Yuma. It's PVISION. Here comes the push up to the base of Heroic. Let's see how much they can take away from them.
It's at least one set.
It's tier 3. And the barracks gone. Still a painful amount of time for Heroic where they're going to have to sit back without the presence of Whisper or Analog for the defense.
They'll pop the glyph here. But yeah, still 30 seconds without the puck. They need every single one of their elements.
There's no way the three of them are going to try and make a move without the 5-man alive. So they've got to let a second set go on.
This could be 3 sets. They've got to defend soon.
PVISION with the patience and lead that they've had this game. Finally finding this huge opportunity to absolutely demolish the base of Heroic. Schofield's going to try for himself, and Yuma's going to go for it, but the Raw's there.
Invest.
I'll get the Enrage off Yuma. Has to start backing away, though, as the BKB begins to fall off. PVISION, they've got the damage done. They've taken the barracks all away from Heroic. The Mega Creeps are out.
Heroic have done such a good job through the majority of this game to hang on, but hang on it just was, it seems, as PVISION now Mega Creeps, and a huge opportunity as now Roche will also spawn. They're hitting their element. Yuma, as we said, still yet to die, but can't do it on his own.
I mean, they're trying to head out.
PVISION.
It's been hit by a scan, though, so PVISION know that Heroic are going to maybe try and make this last-ditch attempt outside of the base.
And they've just got this Dominator up on the high ground, giving information as well. How do you approach this fight as Heroic?
It's so hard. In particular, where it's 4v5, you don't have Schofield ready to sort of throw himself in and disrupt the action with a hook shot and a cogs.
I think they might have to do that, though, and I think they can't approach these fights normally. They kind of have to get the initiation.
They've got eyes on DM, but instantly out with a blink. Yuma's going to try and chase. We'll get the Abyssal Connection. Whisper jumps in as well, but DM is going to get forced away. Coil will catch on to a refresher spot as Yuma stays on top of DM. Is able to kill him off. Pudge in trouble, though. Whisper controlled here by Satanic. They'll get the buyback coming in. King Jungles will live for now, but Satanic jumps forward, takes him down. Yuma having a run for the last few seconds of the BKB, but PVISION will stay on top of him. His Earthshock's down to the low ground, but the Abyssal from DM's back up. Yuma's dead. Triple kill for Satanic. Heroic, they tried to go for that last attempt. It does not work out. This Roshan, and very likely the game fault, it's going to be PVISION's.
They tried to do the chaos play, but they did not have the numbers. Everyone just buys back. The targets that they prioritize, DM's like, I can throw my life, buys back, rejoins it immediately. The Ursa dies for the first time in this game, but as you said, it could be that nail in the coffin. He has buyback.
He does.
But let's see if they can even hang on here.
Whisper, though, does not. Still, yeah, 350 gold away from having the buyback on Pudge, so we'll just be with the four of them. And trying to hold against PVISION now seems pretty impossible as they're on to the tier 4s. Aegis on no one, refresher shot on 9 class. PVISION, they're ready to lay down the Wukong's command. Try and enter Yuma, he's in with the jump. They're trying to burst the lifestealer. Satanic, he's gonna get hit, but get by another match. She'll get him with the infest. Survives, heals up. They take down the bear, and with that, the tier 4s continue to remain exposed. This game is over. GG is called. PVISION will take the first game.
The economy war, I mean, PVISION playing the map as they do, as we